the day. From MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's Week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Take the Lincoln Tunnel through Weehawken, through Secaucus, across the Hackensack River, and you'll arrive, as we have, at MetLife Stadium at East Rutherford, New Jersey. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Green Bay Packers and the New York Jets. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here we go with the Packer offense guided by their decorated QB with a long list of Pro Bowls and other accolades next to his name, of course. Aaron Rodgers leading the way.
There have been very few quarterbacks in the NFL who have been as consistent throughout their career as Aaron Rodgers. He's been good for so long, and we've seen no decline in his skills. His accuracy and arm strength continue to elevate the talent around him, and his in-game mistakes, few and far between.
Rodgers now on first down. Open man, Amari Rodgers complete. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. This defense for the Jets, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
And this will be a Packers first down as he'll take this up to the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing now is Rodgers. But the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. The former 3rd overall pick, Quinnen Williams, there to bring him down. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down. I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
Touchdown! A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Packers have taken the early lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the result, a Green Bay score. This is Jakeem Grant. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. First carry now for A.J. Dillon. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 21 carries, 77 yards.
He's been a huge part of their winning streak because he establishes not just an identity and a tone, but the team relies on it. He takes care of the football, he gains yardage for him, chews up clock, and that's been a big part of why they're winning games lately.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw going to be caught by Davis. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Play action. Now Wilson. He dumps this off to Dillon underneath, and he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. First carry for the former Tar Heel, Michael Carter. And he is going to have a Jets first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Carter with it. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Play action. It's Wilson. He's going to look deep for more. And, it's incomplete. That would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Now a run with Dillon, and he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd and 7, Wilson. They'll roll him out right. That's complete to his running back, Carter. It'll be a gain of 5, and they're going to face a 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure right. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20. Yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. It's a big play there for Green Bay.
Well, that's something that this defense is not going to be able to allow if they're going to have success here. They've got to be able to wrap up and get guys on the ground. They end up letting him get away, and it turns into a big play here early on. I can just see veteran observers of the game shaking their heads and talking about the dearth of tackling in the game today.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Here's Jones. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Now it's Rodgers. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. It's a Packers touchdown. 2 touchdown passes now here in this first quarter for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Jakeem Grant now to return. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Packers pick it up. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. So probably... And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to see it. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The drive starts with a carry by Dillon. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offense coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
He'll get 4 yards on the carry there, and we will get to the end of the first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Another run on 2nd down with Carter. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is just going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Elijah Moore, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jets are able to make this a close game again. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read. If you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And they'll get it up just short of the... at the 44. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. To throw, it's Rodgers. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Rodgers. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Carl Lawson with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Here comes Grant on the return. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. New York's offense back out there and set to go. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Working with a 2nd and 4. To the right side, this is Dillon. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So they give it up just on their side of midfield. And, yeah, I mean, a surprising decision there to go for that.
Must have a lot of confidence in his defense. Must feel like, hey, we're in great shape here because our defense can hold them. Because they're really outside of field goal range now. All right, the opposite team. So if you hold them here, you haven't given up any points. You may give up a punt and you're pinned down a little bit, but must have thought it was an okay spot to go for it and decided to be aggressive.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. And this is going to be incomplete.
And this defense definitely in his head there on 3rd down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
Seibert's kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The New York set to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there. I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game. But in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He'll buy some time right. And he almost had his second pick of the game. Probably should have. And he's frustrated as it falls incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. He'll drop that down to Carter underneath. And he'll get it down to the play to the 37. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Time to go to work. Let's go.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Throwing is Wilson. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work, and the Packers D comes up with a big stop. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Hurst. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From midfield, here's Rodgers. He's got this one complete to Rodgers. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Rodgers again now. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Rodgers brings it in. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, the defender was right on him.
Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. 2nd and 2. And again, it's Rodgers. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And the Packers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter.
Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
The Jets head out on offense here to start this third quarter. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half. So make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps. But above all, play your game.
On second down, Dillon.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
42 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game.
On 1st and 10, it's Carter.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. To throw is Wilson.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now it's Wilson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Wilson will throw again. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. His second catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up third down now.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Dillon now on 1st and 10. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6.
They go play action now. Wilson. Wesco, the tight end, making the catch. And out of bounds right around the 20. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. On 1st down, Dillon. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And the Jets are going to have a 1st and goal. It's some good running there. Gets them down to about the 2-yard line. Knock it on the door.
So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
Dillon is in. Touchdown, Jets. A.J. Dillon, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets have made this a 1-score game.
Extra point good by Prater. And the lead is down to a field goal. So that one a 13-play drive in total.
And it was A.J. Dillon who capped it off with a touchdown run.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return.
Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter.
And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Rodgers now to throw. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4.
2nd and 6. Now Rodgers. And he will find his man on the outside. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another 1st down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
2nd and 4.
Rodgers going to throw. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
And Brandon, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Packers add on to their lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This fielded right at the goal line. And out a little across. Another drive coming up for New York's offense. They did what they had to do to start this 3rd quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
They go play action with Wilson. Got an open man to the right. That's Wesco. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the 3rd as we're through 3 quarters of play. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Now Wilson on 1st down. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Here's Wilson.
He'll dump this down to Dillon. It's complete.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he is going to have a Jets 1st down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the 1st down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Dillon, they tried the left side with him. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
On third down, Wilson. Being chased out left. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this will get out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
Wilson smart to take off and run with it as he's able to pick up the first.
Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part?
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown.
A.J. Dillon
with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year.
And the Jets have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
Fighting for the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw there complete to Rodgers.
No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. On 2nd down now, Branch. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. On now is the Packers punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Returnable for Grant. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And out will come the offense as they take over.
New York ready to go again offensively. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Wilson. Forced out to his left. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Now a handoff to Dillon.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
8 yards to go on 2nd down.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Sliding out of the pocket. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
The Jets on third down. They've had plenty of success. 8 conversions, looking for a 9th. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Wilson to throw. And that is incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They'll run on 1st down. Carter. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, to me, there was no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down.
And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the 1st. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up 4th down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for.
Going for it, it's Carter.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Add that one to the good run tally right there. He's been strong throughout this game, and there's no reason to suggest he's going to slow down in the 4th quarter at all. And that's exactly what they need him to do. Keep churning out 1st downs.
On 1st down, Dillon.
78 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
A handoff for Carter.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Wilson to throw. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Facing a 2nd and 3. Ball on the 10. Here's a give to Carter.
And here he'll get it down to the 7.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up 1st downs.
They'll run with Carter.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. As the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
They'll try and pound it in with Dillon. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages. Now Prater to add the PAT. And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. And what a drive that was. 16 plays all told. And it's capped off by the late touchdown that puts him out in front here in the final minute of the contest. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
One final try now for Rodgers. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, Charles, this one's going to be hard to digest. You take the lead into the 4th quarter, lose that lead. Maybe they felt like they let this one slip away a little bit.
They will definitely feel like that because when you have a lead in the 4th quarter, all you talk about doing is finishing and closing a game out. But when you flip it over, how about that? Making the comeback and then finishing the game, sealing it on defense, they will feel jubilant in their locker room.
So for the Jets, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll have another home date next week as the Cincinnati Bengals come to town. Meanwhile, for the Packers, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.